So, how has having HS impacted your life?
Well, it is definitely isolating. Well, when you have this type of condition, you tend to isolate yourself because you're worried about, oh, they're going to see. And even though it's in places where people typically won't see it, you still feel like they can see it or judging me. I don't want to be looked at. And the smell is quite strong. And so you're thinking, oh, they can smell me, so I don't want to be around people. So it can be very isolating, depressing, and make you feel like alone pretty much with having this condition.
Yeah, I think that was probably the hardest part for me was the smell. I remember I went to a friend's house one day, and I could overhear her mom telling her, um, try not to cry. Like, I don't want her to come back to my house. It stinks. And like, it was hard because like, there's nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, oh. And so I just kind of got up and left. And my friend's like, where are you going? I was like, oh, I'm just going to go home. It's just fine. And like, but like having that, especially as a child. So I was diagnosed when I was 13. And so being at a friend's house and having, an adult be like, I don't want her sitting on my furniture. I don't want her over here. And then like, I know people can smell me because I can smell myself. And so like walking around, like I isolated myself even more because I was like, I don't want to be offensive to people and I don't want them to have those comments because those are hard to hear.
It is.
And so I was like, okay, well then I'll just be by myself. And so years later, I remember my sister's friend was like, I thought you were like mute or like so, like they're like developing like delayed. And I was like, what? He's like, you just didn't talk and you were always to yourself. And it was like because I was just so ashamed and I don't know if it was just me being ashamed, but also because I was like, people don't want me around. Like I can tell. Like they don't want me around. I just won't be around. And so I do think that the smell is definitely one of the hardest things that was for me with the HS. Like even the pain, like the pain is something that I just felt inside, like it hurt. But like the hurt from the outside world of what they thought of it, like for me was more painful.
Yeah. I understand that as well. It's like I don't want you to see me while I'm like this, like during a flare. Because you're worried people can tell, and then they'll judge you for it.
Yeah.
And bandages, all these bandages, and they don't always stick the best, and they
Yeah.
fall off, and then you're worried someone's gonna find your bandage.
Yeah, just I walked by and now my man just is on the ground.
Yes, or like staining people's couches and things like that. And you just not want to even bother. Like getting dressed, ruining your own clothes.
Yeah.
That's also hard. You don't even want to shop for yourself anymore because oh, I'm just gonna ruin it. Like why do I need like a nice pretty dress if I'm just gonna ruin it?
Yeah. No, you start to limit yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You.
This was another episode of Word on the Street.